tackled and stripped Derrick Henry. Can we stop trying the tush push? I think the football god spoke yesterday. To watch Lamar Jackson come out the gate like a video game on rookie mode. Ed Oliver. Eddie O. I mean, besides Washington winning, I mean, that was the perfect start to the NFL season. That was hard. That was hard. When you look at how the season starts, you think everybody's going to be lackluster. You've heard me say it's week one. Don't expect a little too much. It's week one. Teams are still getting into prime form. Well, week one is officially here. Officially underway. And what we got to see at the end of week one, still Monday night to play tonight. Caleb Williams versus J.J. McCarthy, the Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. But what we got to see Sunday night, I mean, those two names playing Monday night may be the future of the league. But Sunday night, we got to see the two names that are the face of the league. It is Mahomes, for sure. But after Mahomes, there are two names that solidified themselves, cemented themselves. Hey, I'm here to stay. We don't care what you got. We don't care what I got. Because I'm on this team, there's always going to be a chance. We're going to break down Buffalo versus Baltimore. A matchup where maybe you might have thought the game was over. A matchup where you thought maybe, hey, this is why Lamar should have been the MVP. Look at this offense. Look at how they're flowing. Well, that's not how football works. The game of football does not work like that. There is a big word in football. It's one of the biggest words in football. And by biggest, I mean it is important. It is important. That word that I'm speaking of is momentum. Yes, momentum. See, what the Baltimore Ravens got into last night was they got into the world of momentum where, I mean, nothing could go wrong. Lamar is out here juking out of sacks to pick up 20 yards. Next play, hands it off. Touchdown. I mean, Chris Collinsworth said it best. This is an arcade. This is an arcade-like football game when you get these two quarterbacks together. Now, Josh Allen, I'm going to get to you, but Baltimore, if you were on the Baltimore side, you thought Baltimore had this game won. This game looks, I mean, who is going to stop? You have a 16-point lead, 15-point lead. Sorry, it was a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, maybe even a little less because then Derrick Henry goes off and breaks off a run. TD run, 50 yards to start the fourth quarter. Hey, we're up more points. We just scored 40th point right here. That was the end. Now, the reason why I brought up momentum was because all of a sudden the Buffalo defense said, hey, bring that momentum over here. Bring that on our side over here because now we need it. For this one quarter, we just want the momentum on our side. And Buffalo showed out. Yeah, Baltimore Ravens had a top 10 defense, top 5 defense even last year. And they got some names. Owuzie joined the team. Jair Alexander joined the team. But still, in the game of football, when you have the momentum, it doesn't matter what you got on that other side. All that matters is what you have within your guys. And what Buffalo showed us last night was they are primed and ready week one. They're primed and ready. So let's get into the breakdown. Let's break this down. First off, we're going to break off the winners. Y'all see the light? That's Buffalo's light. Buffalo won the game last night. Walking into the fourth quarter down, 15 points? Solid. And Buffalo's offense, I mean, we're going to start off with the offense as we usually do, because we have to give credit where credit is due. Buffalo's offense, they were scoring, but they got into a little bit of a lull. They lost the second quarter. They lost the third quarter. They really couldn't score in the manner that they wanted to score. And all of a sudden they saw themselves losing the game. And as a fan of football, it hit me that this game may be over. Derrick Henry just started the fourth quarter, and they look like they can't be stopped. Well, so we're going to break down the Buffalo offense. And I know I said I was going to get to Josh Allen, and here's where we get to Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the Buffalo Bills offense. He is as prime as they come. When you talk about the top quarterbacks in the league, you cannot forget J.A. He is, a mix of Cam Newton and what? And Peyton Manning? I don't know. Brett Favre? I don't know who you guys want to combine this guys. But you can't just say he's one guy. He reminds me of this one prototype back in the day. Josh Allen is mixed of so many different prototypes, because when you take that size, and what about, he just has a joy for the game that's just a little bit different than everybody else. He likes the dirty stuff, and then he plays it off like he's just the clean guy. But we know Josh Allen likes the dirty plays in football, and not like a dirty play, put my finger in your eye. He likes hitting. He likes a little physicality. Josh Allen does not mind getting thrown to the ground, standing up, and talking a little trash. Josh Allen is about that life. Now, before I start with the Buffalo Bills offense, I think I speak for everybody when I say, can we stop trying the tush push? Can we really just focus on another play for you guys? You see, Carolina, when they had Cam Newton, didn't run the tush push. They ran a version style, maybe sort of kind of like it. And you guys have that with Josh. So maybe we don't need to see the tush push. Because every time I see teams run the tush push, if it's not good, why are you even running it? It's a simple play. You got to know the leverage. The offensive line looked like they were standing straight up. Josh runs a tush push, and he has nowhere to go. Listen, it's still week one. You guys are still figuring it out, just like everybody else, but way to show heart. Way to show heart offensively, defensively. When you look at the Buffalo Bills offense, it doesn't click like, oh my gosh, they're full and stacked of weapons. And what we learned last year from Josh Allen is that they don't need to be full and stacked of weapons to be considered a potent offense. Josh is going to learn how to use his weapons, and he's going to weaponize his own system. He's going to weaponize his own receivers. He's going to weaponize that offense in a way that the Ravens were a top defense last year. And Josh walked through them even during the game, the start of the game, the middle of the game, to the end of the game. Yes, he had some times where it looked like, damn, you have 25 points. That might be it. 25 points. There weren't a lot of teams scoring 25 yesterday. Not a lot of teams scoring 25. And after the 25 is when he really turned it on. So we're going to talk about Josh Allen and this offense in a way where I think it's dope, where we can talk about how Josh Allen has weaponized his positions. Josh Allen threw the ball to 10 different receivers yesterday. 9 of them caught the ball. We all know Coleman all of a sudden looks like he's made a little jump, and Josh Allen's trusted him more. We all see that Josh Palmer just joined the team, and Josh Allen is targeting him 9 times. Everyone knows Khalil Shakir is Josh Allen's most trusted weapon, and Josh got him the ball too. Josh is spreading the offense. Josh is learning how to move in the offense while not throwing a pick, while not getting sacked. Josh Allen threw the ball 46 times yesterday. And I said he didn't get sacked. He did get sacked the one time. But to throw the ball 46 times versus a top defense and no picks, 1 sack, is that decent enough? That is not decent enough when you want to stop Josh Allen. Now, back to these receivers, everybody came to play. And Josh showing that trust really has elevated the receivers. It really is. It really is part of that mental fortitude that we talk about on this channel. It's really about how the quarterback can bring along guys. I get it. It's fire. It is dope to have a Zay Flowers knowing he's going to win man-to-man every time. I just got to wait for him and get make sure I don't get sacked, to when he does break open, I can get him the ball. We understand that. But when the Buffalo Bills force that turnover and Josh just comes out, one play, strike down the field, you're like, what? To who? Who is Josh out here, got so much confidence? All right, give me one play. Down to the one? I mean, it was impressive to see. I think the football god spoke yesterday. I think the football god spoke yesterday, because to watch Lamar Jackson come out the gate like a video game on rookie mode. He's a two-time MVP, and he made a Buffalo Bills defense look amateur. But then the momentum struck, and all of a sudden, the football god said, Lamar, you saw everything you did. We're going to take the momentum and throw it to Josh. Lamar, you saw how you, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, y'all were killing. We're going to give Josh that momentum for a quarter, and we're going to see what happens. Well, Josh needed a little bit of help. Quarterback takes most of the credit when you win, but he doesn't take all the credit. To the defense of the Buffalo Bills. That's what we call grit. That's what we call heart. You are playing against a video game. It is hard to tackle. It is hard to see them. Derrick Henry's as big as your offensive lineman, and he's running 15, 20 yards before he's touched, gaining full speed. Who wants to tackle that? Nobody in their right mind wants to tackle Derrick Henry. King Henry, after he's picked up speed. I mean, to watch what that defense did in the second half after already allowing Derrick Henry a 50-yard run for a touchdown. Buckle down. Matt Milano, good to see you back, man. There was a play, Matt Milano comes out, and it looks like it might have been a blitz or it might have been a read, but Matt Milano knows they're running to the left side. I got to fill. Fills the hole. Derrick Henry gets around. Pursuit comes. To the person I really wanted to talk to. Ed Oliver. Eddie O. Elite bull rusher. The bully man. I don't know what to call Ed Oliver, but in watching the film yesterday, Jesus, that's what you call a bull rush. That's what you call, we need to double team this guy. This is a necessary double team. Ed Oliver tackled Lamar Jackson one-on-one while getting blocked. Ed Oliver tackled and stripped Derrick Henry while getting blocked. He's not getting blocked by a tight end. Ed Oliver is being blocked by a 300-pound starting guard in the NFL. And not only is he getting off the block and making a play, Ed Oliver is pushing the guard back 2-3 yards back in the backfield. I mean, this channel, we're going to talk about playmakers. And the first playmaker week one, I've talked about Justin Herbert. I've talked about Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to do the review on yesterday's game. But to start off today, I wanted to talk about Ed Oliver. Because Ed Oliver, to me, I mean, he made the plays of the game. To watch Ed Oliver go into the backfield and no, nobody tackles Lamar Jackson one-on-one, not unless there's a closed space and it's tight and he has nowhere to go. Lamar Jackson had the whole field, and Ed Oliver, defensive tackle coming off a block, got stiff-armed. This dude, Ed Oliver, took a stiff arm from Lamar Jackson, made the tackle, then takes the stiff arm from Derrick Henry. You want to talk about a beast in the trenches. You want to talk about trench work. Talk about an elite bull rusher who can still make plays. Ed Oliver down 8 points with Derrick Henry running like a maniac, with Lamar Jackson running out of his mind, passing out of his mind. Whatever Lamar wanted to do, he could do. Ed Oliver said, nah, we need a play now. We need a play, and I'm going to make it. So what did he do? Lamar Jackson called a play to the left side, and Ed Oliver is to Lamar Jackson's right side. Ed Oliver then takes his offensive guard back as Lamar hands the ball off to Derrick Henry. Ed Oliver then gets off his block, tackles Derrick Henry. Not a real tackle, because as Derrick Henry is big for other linemen, he's not big to Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver then goes for the ball, strips the ball, and then makes the biggest play of the game. That's the biggest play of the game. He doesn't make that play. This game is over. Ed Oliver, Defensive Player of the Week. No question about it. Everybody played good. Shout out to the dude on the Rams. We're going to get a little tape on you. That was a great play too. But Ed Oliver, Defensive Player of the Week. You playing in an arcade game versus Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and you make plays on both of them? That is how you start a week one. That is how you start a week one. Buffalo, shout out to y'all. Defensively, it sounds crazy that you're giving credit to a defensive player when they just gave up 40 points. But when you understand it's Lamar Jackson, you understand whatever you can do, if you're able to do it, please do it. That's the only way we have a chance. Lamar Jackson he makes these guys look so Pop Warner. He makes it look like it's amateur hour, and then you have to realize these are all the one percenters. These are all the one percenters of football. How the hell? You know what? Let's get to the Ravens, because the Ravens, y'all about to get me hot. As I'm saying all this, Lamar Jackson's playing in a video game. Lamar Jackson making it look like it's amateur hour. You guys have 4th down and 3, and you punt the ball. You guys punted the ball on 4th down and 3 with Lamar Jackson playing lights out. Derrick Henry averaging 7 yards a carry. I'm guessing it could have been 10, 15 yards. There's some plays Derrick Henry's running down the sidelines, 30 yards untouched. How is it that you guys on 4th down and 3 decide to say, and I get it, trust your defense. Trust your defense. That is the old way of playing football and the OG way of playing. We get that. But there are 2, 3, maybe 4 guys in this NFL that you don't trust your defense over. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Do people like to say Joe Burrow? We're not saying Joe Burrow after yesterday. So I'm going to add Jay Hurts. And I'm going to end this off by saying the guy that was sitting right behind you, or the guy you took off the field. Wait a minute, not the guy. He wasn't standing. You said, hey, Lamar, get off the field. I'm going to trust this defense. Boy, was that a mistake. Now, it's week 1. We're not going to crush John Harbaugh for this because, again, you need that little feel. But this is what we wanted. Sorry for the banging. This is what we wanted to see from the Baltimore Ravens. We wanted to see if the Baltimore Ravens, when they needed to get that play, that 2-point conversion that they didn't get last year, where the ball just all of a sudden fell off Mark Andrews' hands, we needed to see them need to make that play this year and make it. There are not going to be a lot of games where Baltimore needs to make that play. They have a top offense. They have a top defense. Yeah, they gave up 41 points yesterday to Josh Allen. They're not going to do that often. There aren't too many teams that are going to come back down 15 points and win the game versus them. But the thing about the Ravens is there are moments in the game where they need to have it. And it just seems that outside of that moment, they can have whatever they want. But in that moment, when they need to have it, they can't. That is the challenge for the Baltimore Ravens this year. It is not about MVPs. It is not about a record. It is about in the moments when you need to have that 1st down. You have 2 video game ass players out here playing, man. Get Lamar Jackson the ball. The ball should have never touched the punter's hands. And it's week 1. It's week 1. It's week 1. But at the end of this game, it was clear. The Baltimore Ravens are not as prepared as we want them to be. And the Buffalo Bills are as ready as they can be to start this season. Now, how will the season end? Nobody will know. And that's the great thing. We get this one game. Now, next week, hey, what are we going to build off of? Baltimore Ravens, love to give us great starts to the season, love to give us great games to start the season. Last year, the Chiefs. This year, the Bills. They took losses in both. Their seasons didn't end the way they wanted it to last year. But this year, I mean, last year, you guys were learning how to build an offense. This year, week 1, you guys look like the offense is built. Defense is being still adjusted with. You know what? Let's talk about the defense. Roquan Smith leads this defense, and this defense is going to be fine. But with that, I say, you guys need to be prepared. You guys cannot give up 22 points in the fourth quarter. Now, I brought up the football gods earlier. That touchdown to Keon Coleman. I mean, luck is only luck if you're prepared, right? That's that. That was a funny money touchdown. That interception Awuzie could have had that would have put y'all in field goal range on the spot. Can't call it automatic. You guys didn't miss a PAT. But defensively, you guys did have chances. And defensively, we understand with Roquan Smith leading that defense, you guys are going to be fine. But again, in moments like these, I don't feel the defense should have ever touched the field. Let me know what y'all think. I love to hear what you guys have to say about. This is the real question to me. Who played better week 1? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or Justin Herbert? I want to know what your ranking is 1 to 3. Those 3, who played better? Lamar, Josh, or Justin Herbert? I ain't a fan, really, of Justin Herbert, but the way that boy looked against Spags, sorry for the screaming. I'm going with Herbo. This is Blirt TV. Out. Blirt TV. We gon' run it, run it, run it, run it, run it.